Hi guys. Tonight I'm going to make a healthy version of a Mexi-Bowl that you could pick up at like Chipotle or Qdoba. And one of the reasons that I feel like it's going to be a healthier option and lower in carbohydrates is because I'm using cauliflower instead of rice. So here are my ingredients. I made my own cauliflower rice. I like it way better than buying bagged because there's not as much water in it, and then you can put it to whatever consistency you like best. So two of my favorite things that I have in my kitchen, got to be honest with you, I have a really big wok, and then I have my food processor, and the food processor is amazing. That's what I use to make my cauliflower rice. I basically broke it down, I put it in there, I pulse it, and make it to the consistency that I want it. So there we have some cauliflower rice. I have dry ingredients here: ground cumin, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, of course salt and pepper. I have a lime that I already zested, and if you do not zest your citruses, I highly suggest doing that. It adds a huge amount of flavor to the recipe. I have veggie stock. And then my minced garlic, which comes in this jar here from Spice World. I'm almost out. This stuff is a lifesaver. I love it because nobody likes to mince garlic. Tomato paste. I'm going to put in some mild verde salsa. I got my thick and chunky salsa. I'm going to use this instead of tomatoes. But if you have onion and tomato, then you can use that instead of the salsa. I have fresh kale from my garden, probably about half a cup. And then I have fresh cilantro and, of course, olive oil for doing my sauteing. I also am using these mini sweet peppers. I like to eat these just as a snack. So I'm going to be putting that into my cauliflower rice. I have some beans here, and this is a healthy carb. I'm going to be using some of those in my final bowl. And I'm also going to be whipping up some sour cream sriracha. Or sriracha sour cream, whatever you want to say. I have prepared already here's the lime zest, my cut up cilantro. I love cilantro, so I am going to put more in than you can put in as much as you want of that. I cut up 3 peppers, and here I have my hot jalapenos, and I love those too. So I guess you can leave out whatever ingredients you don't like. Anyways, I have my wok heating up, and I'm going to put in a couple of teaspoons of olive oil, healthy fats, and we're going to get that going. And the first thing we're going to actually do is we are going to do the sauteing of the peppers and of the garlic. And I'm going to put the garlic in first. Get that going. Get my wok going there. And I have my garlic. I'm going to dump this in. And you're basically going to want to saute at a medium heat is what I'm doing. And that's just the juice going in there. So hold on one second. I'm going to get that garlic in there. I'm going to turn my heat down to a low medium actually, because that oil heat was heating up really, really fast. It does not take long to saute garlic. You don't want it to turn brown. Nobody likes burnt garlic. So I'm going to add my peppers in right away. And I'm going to get those going. I'm going to stir it up a little bit so that the garlic doesn't burn. Okay, so you're going to probably saute this for maybe like, I don't know, I would say only like a few minutes until the vegetable is soft. It's already fragrant, so a little longer than fragrant. So while that's going, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get my dry stuff going. So the first thing you're going to want to do is about a half a teaspoon of cumin. So let's see how I can do this. I'm just going to put my bowl right under there. So I got a half a teaspoon of cumin. I love cumin. And I'm going to go with a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm never exact because I just don't work that way. A fourth of a teaspoon, which is half of the onion powder, is going to go in. and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which I am just going to grind in with my grinder. I'm going to give it a few grinds, and then you can add more salt as needed to flavor. 1/8 of a teaspoon of paprika. That's not much, so I'm just going to add that in. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to mix that all together. So now I have my spices mixed. Alright, so let's go back over here to the peppers and the garlic. Yum, yum. Got that going. Alright, so what I'm going to do also in the meantime is I am going to actually divvy out about 4 cups of the cauliflower rice. I'm not doing the entire bowl of cauliflower rice. I'm going to save some for maybe like a Chinese stir fry or something. So there's 1. You don't have to be precise or exact, guys. 2, 3, and 1 more, 4. So now I have my 4 cups of rice here. So when I'm ready to add that, I have it ready to go. I'm actually going to put in some of my my kale. Kale doesn't take long to cook. Add that in. You always got to have your greens, you know. Kale is very, very good for you. I'm going to get that in there. And then I'm going to add in some salsa because I didn't have tomatoes. I am actually, I'm going to do salsa. So that has like a mixture of some tomato, onion. So I'm getting that going. I'm going to turn it up to medium. I'm also going to add some of this Chi-Chi's Mild Verde salsa. Get that going, heat that up. Come on, buddy. All right, so while that is working, I'm going to come back over here. And what we're going to want to add into this now, because we're going to be ready to add our cauliflower rice here shortly, I'm going to add half of my seasoning mix. Okay. And I'm going to put in about a 1/4 cup of the chicken broth. Half of that. And then I am just going to eyeball about a teaspoon of, about a teaspoon of your tomato paste. Excuse my awful camera skills. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix this up together. All right. We got this going. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm going to push it over to the side of my wok because I want my heat to grab onto my cauliflower when I put that in. Okay. I'm going to put the heat back up to medium high-ish. And then I am going to take my cauliflower rice and I am adding my cauliflower rice. Okay, so now I'm going to, the heat is turning up. We've got this bad boy going. And you're going to mix this in, fold it in, fold that tomato and all those delicious veggies in to this. Gonna add some more of my seasoning. And once you get this folded in, I'm going to go back and make my sriracha sour cream sauce. Sriracha is a spice. It's like a chili. It's a chili sauce. And it's delicious with sour cream. Sour cream is a healthy fat if you eat dairy. Okay. So I have my bowl here for my, you don't need much of this. So for my sriracha sauce, I'm going to take my Daisy sour cream. And this you can really play by ear, so it's up to you how much sauce you want. I'm going to use the whole thing, and I'm going to go for 2 tablespoons because that's the serving size. And then I'm going to put sriracha right on there. I like my stuff spicy. So, and then what you're going to do with this after you mix it is you're actually going to add, excuse my dish mess. I'm going to add a little bit of water. And then I'm going to stir that until it's like a pourable consistency. Okay. This is going to be the bomb.com for your topping. And this still is not as loose as I would want it. So you're going to come back to that and you're going to add a little bit more water. But we're looking good here, guys. So this is where it's at. And I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my seasoning into my cauliflower. Oh, and I'm also going to add some zest. And you know what? This is going to go in towards the end. You want to save this. You don't really want to cook the zest. And let me see what else. But what I do think I want to do is I am going to cut this lime because I didn't have it cut before. And you're going to have it. And I am actually going to squeeze a quarter of the lime into my cauliflower. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay. So, let's see here. We'll add the rest. And you can, I saved a little bit of broth there in case it gets dry and I wanted to add more to it. But cauliflower holds water, and so you don't need a lot of liquid when you're making this. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to taste to see if you need more salt, salt and pepper. This is coming together really nice though, and it won't take too long. I'm going to leave it in the pan. And heat it up a little bit more, and then we'll come back and we will finish our bowl once this is done. All right, so we are back, and I'm just going to show you what I have here ready to go in my bowl. So first of all, my cauliflower rice is oh my gosh, the smell of this, you guys, is just, it's amazing. So I'm just so excited for this meal. You have no idea. So really low carb. And I'm going to have a cup of this. So I'm going to measure out, this is a half a cup, measuring cup. So you can be pretty, I think, lenient with that. Okay, so I have my cup of my cauliflower rice. And oh, one other thing, I absolutely love my air fryer. The air fryer is the best. It's just awesome. So what I did was I prepared myself chicken breasts, and I cooked those up last night, so those are ready to go. This is great for a grab and go snack when you need protein. I chopped up my chicken breast. I measured out a quarter cup of cheese, my jalapenos, my cilantro, lime, a third a cup of beans, and then there is my sriracha sour cream sauce. So I'm just going to add my beans. I'm having the entire chicken breast. I'm adding, I'm going to add some of the lime zest there. I'm going to add my jalapenos. I'm going to do a squeeze of lime. Little squeeze of lime. I am going to add my cilantro. This is going to be so flavorful. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be phenomenal. And then my quarter cup of cheese. And then I am going to, it looks like a lot more than 2 tablespoons of sour cream because I did add more water to liquefy it a little bit. This is your sour cream sriracha sauce. It should go on just like that. And supper is served, and we're talking low carb here. So hope you enjoyed my video of my low carb Mexi-Bowl, and you try it because it is going to be very satisfying. It's going to keep me full for quite a while, and it's going to feed that need for Mexican food because I was so wanting Taco Bell, and I made this instead. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please comment, leave me a message, drop a line below, and I will try to answer any questions that you may have. Have a great one.